too hard for that, Greg. Wait till the end of the session.
Daniel is repelling all of them with his owlbear repellent.
No, I did not order the beard oil. I just thought it was funny.
Nice. All right. Okay, so last time feels like ages ago, but it was only 2 weeks ago. You guys, so I guess the session prior to that, you defeated the kind of the head leader of the cultists, this albino lady, the caster, quite handedly. And so, and then last time, as you guys were kind of checking out the area, this kind of like cistern, you encountered these gargoyles, and you had a little tussle with them. It was kind of interesting combat because you guys were all kind of like in different little areas. You were spread out, but ultimately you guys were able to get the best of them, despite their abilities to fly and everything. I don't know. I like that combat. That was kind of fun. You guys saved quintuplets, and then I think that's pretty much where we ended up. You guys were just pretty much, we ended the combat, and you guys were deciding how you were going to escort everybody out. Did you guys have any questions or things you wanted to ask about?
I had a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
So, crazy witch lady, the white witch lady, I think she mentioned having like a castle somewhere, didn't she, that she wanted to retreat to? And just be like, for us to leave her alone, and so she could go back to her big castle. Did she give a name or like a location of where that was or anything like that? I don't remember.
You did not get that location.
Okay.
So you did not get that
It's
information.
a large castle in the north. That's all we got.
Anyone know Speak with Dad?
Yeah.
What?
Anyone know Speak with Dad?
Oh, okay. I thought you had it. I was like, oh, damn. There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
I was like, that
Wizards
would have been
get
nice
that?
to know. We already
I don't
tossed her
think
body
so.
in the water.
I don't think wizards get that, but
I don't think
Ask
they do
me
either.
5 questions.
You just hear gargling.
Do we know of any? Okay, so we're kind of far north already, up in 10 towns. Do we know? Am I, or is any of us aware of any familiar with any castles being north of here? Can't believe that. Can't imagine there's that many castles further north than as far north as we are.
So, I think maybe, you so kind of based on your like just interaction. Actually, you know what? Give me a history check. This might be a good time for that.
Okay.
I'll say anybody can roll for that if they'd like. As Jimothy's kind of thinking about this,
Jimothy will mention it out loud and wonder if anyone has thought of it or is aware of any castles.
Yeah, and if we could ask the people that we saved too, since they live kind of in the north. We're southerners, so I don't know much about the north.
Oh no,
But
Jimothy.
Dang it. Do our companions know anything?
You know what? Jimothy, give yourself some advantage. I want you to, because you brought it up. I want you to get something for bringing the city. It's a good idea.
Here comes the 3.
If it's okay, well, never.
Yeah, double. I'm twice as proficient.
By the end of the session, we'll get all the way up to 20.
Hey, she didn't have her
Building
driver's
door.
license in her pocket. Has her home address listed on it?
Yeah.
Silo, we don't know anymore. We threw her body out.
Yeah.
Hey, I rolled a 24. I don't know if that gets us anything or gets Oz anything.
Yeah. So as you're, and this kind of makes sense as you've done some studies mainly on the subject of owlbears and owlbear as much as you can on it.
I would know that they probably avoid castles.
Yes, but you by reading anything about the north to see if there's anything about the wildlife in there, you did come across a couple of things. So you kind of know that there are, and this may not all be relevant, but you know that there are some tribes further north, mainly Goliath tribes and other that they're yeah, a bit more like barbarian type individuals. Not necessarily Goliath specifically, but just other more barbaric tribes are further up north. Um, the other thing is, kind of a while back, not necessarily the case that there were things that were completely encased, and then at some point just completely kind of like submerged beneath the snow, either structures, buildings. And so while you might be traveling further up north and might see complete plains, there might be things, buildings, structures, and or castles that are encased in the snow slash ice.
We need a dwarf.
And so while you may not have read specifically about something about that, I guess like to be more wary when you're asking or interacting with it, like, okay, if you want to get more information about it, you might have to ask with some elders or other people around to see, okay, like where geographically. And in that area, kind of like further up north, is known as the spine of the world, is what they call it. And I think that's with the 24. I think that's pretty solid with, just kind of because you were so focused. If you said you were reading about buildings and underground castles and everything, then maybe,
Or
I would...
at 25, I might have gotten the lat lawn position.
Yeah. It was just that one. Yeah, if you would have got a natural 19 or 20.
At one point, I had in my notes that Bophades took a book about the North and the wilderness from that grandchild.
Correct. Yeah, and that he did take it, and I remember he did read about it, and he rolled really poorly. He didn't have time, so if he wants to, and we can bring it up with Oliver when he gets back, if he wants to take a look at it again, maybe you can find something further.
I mean, I don't even know if he still has it. He might be using the paper for, fires or something. I don't know.
It could be possible, I guess. But okay, so I like that. That's a really good. Yeah, keep that in the back of your mind if you're wanting. Jimmy, that's a great question. Okay. So, what are you guys doing? Let me unpause you. So, are you guys just getting the heck out of here, getting your money? How do you want to smuggle your money out? I think the people, don't worry about them unless you really want to roleplay that out. But I think logistically, what I want to know is, how do you want you to get your money out? Wait, butt cheeks. I don't remember what I said that would warrant that response, but I'll take it. Take the money up your butt cheeks. That is a lot of money to shove up there, but however you want to do that. And then where do you want to stow it? Do you want to like purchase a cart to take it with you? Because you're in Caer Dineval still, and people have been looking for you, so you're not exactly in the friendliest of areas right now.
How much stuff? Okay, so we've got this room that we wanted to come back and loot on the way back. How much shit is there? Like, not value wise, like how much space is this going to take up? Trying to get.
Yeah, so this is like probably like a 5 foot by 5 foot crate. Like it's a pretty substantive sized crate of the at least the money. The other one was still the same size, but it was like not as full. And then you guys kind of already picked the weapons that seemed valuable. And I'll say that you don't have to worry about transporting those stuff, but the kind of the wealth and everything that the other thing you did bring up, whether you care or not, is that this could be Caer Dineval's, the city's, the town's money. you'd be robbing them completely, but Matt's immediately shaking his head. Yeah, I don't care.
It doesn't sound right though. I mean, I don't think that would be accurate at all. I think this is a witch's hoard, and we are appropriating.
Entitled to it.
That's right. This
But-
is
well-
like ill-gotten gains that we are now going to put to the use of heroic acts in the world.
It's weird, you know, given where we are underneath the castle. I would be more inclined to believe that this was the city's money if it wasn't, you know, you need a boat to get over here and it's stored next to the flower. So it really does seem,
That's a good point.
using some mental gymnastics here, that it's not the town's at all. That it's probably the cult.
Keep it closed up in crates, barrels, and transport it out of here. Okay. So, all right.
Okay, so we have a crate that's like a 5 foot by 5 foot cube. Well, 5 by 5 by 5.
Right.
Otherwise it'd just be 2-dimensional and that'd be super easy to move.
Yeah, you're just carrying this plane. It's just like a cartoon of money on it.
Yeah.
You're like, I swear I had
teeny
depth
tiny-
earlier.
Well, I could create a floating disc if we can get it up on it, but we're gonna have challenges getting that up the that's more of a after we get it out of here scenario.
Well, let's take some time. Okay, if it's too heavy, I say we take the time we need to take to unload enough of it where we can boat this back and forth between across this 25 feet of water until we've got it all accumulated at the entrance. Whatever we need to do to get it upstairs. If we have to like do a little daisy chain and just take little bits at a time until we got it all upstairs, and then
Sure.
ideally put it in a crate or barrels or crates and barrels, and then we can maybe go to town and find like a cart or something like that, rent a cart or buy a cart, and transport this without any of its contents maybe being
Noticeable.
in view. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, surely
So-
if we're in a castle, there's no luggage in here. We could just say we're taking a trip.
Sure, you're just like, oh yeah, I'm going down south, going to Luskin.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
travel with a lot of luggage.
to not like spend that much time on this, the two things I want is, okay, so you want to take it with you, so you're gonna get a cart out, right? You don't want to stow it here in Caer-Dineval and just have it hidden somewhere, like hidden treasure. No, okay, so you want to take it with you. Great. Okay,
Not-
so we got that.
Not without like taking a good chunk of it that we can carry that's not like unreasonable to carry. Like, but yeah, I think I'm on board with us trying to get this out of here and finding a spot for it.
Okay, great. So then the next thing is, it seems like you want it to be kind of sleuthy. You want to not just be like, hey, I have this large pile of money out here. Okay. So I'll say, since you're all doing this, I'll say that, well, how do I want to do this? Let's have all of you roll a stealth check. So we'll do like a collective stealth check to see, and I'll say logistically, you guys are all, I mean, it's just manual labor.
What the hell's going on?
That's not good. Sorry.
I will throw this out here. If we want to leave it here for the night and tackle this tomorrow, I can prepare something to disguise the crate.
Oh,
Stealth check. Okay.
What the hell's going on?
oh.
You guys want to take this seriously?
All right. Let me roll
Here it
for.
comes.
Someone got in my head about this maybe being the town's money. I'm like, debating. Should-
Well, the only way we
But,
know it's the town's money is if we show it to them and say, "Is this your guys' money?" If we don't,
I know.
ask, then we haven't done anything wrong.
And if we
Okay.
ask them, they're gonna say yes.
So, all right, we got a. Oh, dang, Jimothy. Thank goodness for you. But we got. Oh, that's not good. 2 natural ones. Is that disadvantage, Asylum? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. So
Oh, don't
we
worry.
got-
Oz has used his quill to paint lots of money here on the
Whoa,
side
whoa,
of
whoa!
this crate.
Bofades gets a roll too,
Yeah, and
unless it's a 1.
he rolled a 14. He rolled a 14. Sorry,
Oh,
I had
okay.
it. So
I was gonna say we can't have a third one.
okay. Okay. Let me do some.
And
quick math here.
he is exhausted.
All right. So what I'll do is let me roll a couple of checks, see if people actually are intelligent enough to see this.
Well, for their personal health, I hope they're not.
Ooh, that sounds threatening.
No witnesses.
Okay. So yeah, unfortunately they rolled high enough that as you're kind of transporting this, you're able to get it out. So we'll say you guys get it all the way up, no problem. You spend however much that takes logistically, maybe like I would say, because it's kind of heavy transporting it back and forth, maybe in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Probably about an hour. You guys all working pretty diligently. You guys are all able to get it back up. He just starts spending it. He's just like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about."
Right. Like a drug lord that just came into all the money and now he's like, I'm not gonna be low profile. I'm gonna get a grill, I'm gonna get rings, jewelry, a mink coat.
No, the very first thing he's doing is buying like 4 things of alcohol, because like 4 barrels of it, because this town didn't have any. He's like, where has it been hiding?
And so, okay, so you're actually you're spotted. So 2 guards come up to you and you guys are kind of like leaving the castle from the backside because you discovered that back entrance, right? They're kind of like wrapping around. Somebody sees you, and they shout out, "Hey, you there! Come here!"
Timothy will run up. Hey, how can we help you, fine guardsmen? Protecting our city as always. We appreciate your service.
Okay, give me a deception check. See if
Yeah,
he buys
Timothy
this.
would never actually say fine guardsman. Well,
Well, I rolled a natural 1, so
He thinks
they're
I
like,
like him. Fool.
so it's just like, oh, well, he's kind of like charmed. I don't know how he bought this bullshit, but he's charmed. He's just like, oh yes, right, you are. No, we're just wondering. You have a pretty large load over there. Did you need any help or anything?
Oh, I think we've got it, but I just realized we forgot to buy our travel permit. Perhaps you could take care of purchasing it for us? And I will hand him like, I don't know, 4 gold. I don't know, is it 4 gold a lot for these 2 guys? Well, you said it's 2
Yeah,
guards?
that would be a good buyout for sure.
Yeah, I'll give them 2 gold each.
They're like, and they both kind of look at each other and they're like, and then they kind of like think about like, oh, this, and they're just like, you know what? They don't care. They're just like,
That's right.
all right, yeah, of course, travel permit, absolutely. And as they pocket it, and they're just like, best of luck to you. And then he kind of points. He's just like, he points along kind of like the side. He points like, that route. He kind of like as you're sloping down. He says like between these couple buildings, that route right there will get you out of town, no problem.
Oh, your service is always appreciated. And I will head back to the cart.
And they just
well,
like,
these guards would not have bought this if they were able to drink in the evening.
yeah. And so they like just like total like metaphor. They just like turn their head around. They're just like, oh, I'm not seeing this.
As we do head that way towards town, I'm gonna very quickly break off and go find wherever we left Kranich Seaver, I think in the inn.
Yeah, you left them at the end.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I want to collect our 100 gold that he owes us for saving the town.
What the fuck is that? Okay. So you're just breaking off. All right.
And I'll take something that we got from the witch lady. Maybe I'll shoot. Maybe like if both 80s looted that
Her
book
head.
that Zoran was like her head. Zoran was talking about both 80s looting. If I think that's something maybe that's significant, I'll go and I'll bring that and show it as proof to Sieber that we dispensed of her, and she's floating somewhere in the cistern.
Well, I could go with you, Jimothy, if you don't mind. I think this staff here is, it's not like you can just hide this underneath some wizard robes, as Oz does that exactly.
Okay. So, all right. So, Timothy, you're cool with Osmanthus going with you?
Yeah, anyone that wants to come. I just wanted to break off real fast and go do that. So before we left town completely.
Well, hold on. Did I just completely miss where we hid this big crate?
Oh, we've already got it on a cart, and we're heading through town. To get out of here.
So
okay,
I'm gonna stay near the cart.
Okay.
And then
you
I'll
guys
say,
can go.
sorry, logistically, I forgot. The cart to purchase is going to be 15 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll just take care of that too.
Okay. So
Okay.
make sure you deduct that from your total. Okay. Cool. So then you get to the inn, and the innkeeper is just like, "Oh, you're back. The speaker has left."
It's not.
Where did he
What
go?
the F?
Oh, no, we heard that we heard that something was taken care of, and the guardsmen here came with the speaker, and the speaker willingly went with the guards. I think they're heading back to the castle to kind of regain control.
And after we just got the cart here.
We did like a loop around. Like they went one
Yeah,
direction.
I was gonna say, did we go in a circle? Like we didn't see them?
Yeah,
as
you
we
didn't
were-
cross paths.
We went out the
Okay.
back. We went out the back. They must have gone in the front. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Do I suspect that that they would? Okay, how far is it back up to the castle?
It's not far. You can just go up, and he's just like, "Oh," and he goes, "Oh, silly me. He left you something." And he's just like, "I believe so. He left it in a small chest here. He had to borrow one of my chests, but that's fine. You can have it."
I'll eye the innkeeper, and I will look at the gold, and I'm going to count it.
And he pulls it out, and he's just like, "Oh," and he you're gonna start counting it?
Yeah.
Give me an insight check.
Oh boy.
You notice he starts sweating a little bit. He's just like, "Yeah, no, it's all there. I promise you." And he starts saying stuff like that. He's just like,
I'm gonna pull out my little. I don't have a dagger. I was gonna pull out a dagger and count the coins with the dagger, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna use my rapier.
Can you not use a psychic blade? So, like,
Oh yeah, if you let me do that for flavor, I'll like summon this like blade real slowly, and I'll like scrape each coin across the counter to me as I count them.
"Yeah, that'd be cool. I like that. Sure." So you do that. You take the time, and he's just kind of like, just staring. He doesn't say anything else. And you count 93 gold pieces.
Yeah, if he's looking really nervous, and I'm getting maybe like 3/4 of the way through, and I think it's not going to end up being enough to be 100, I'm going to be like, "I'm sure it's perfectly reasonable to explain a few missing coins by perhaps they fell on the floor or something like that. But we'll see how many we come up with." I want to give him like an out to possibly be like, "Oh yeah, there's 7 coins back here." So they doesn't.
he pulls open the till.
So, okay, let me see if he's intelligent enough to pick that up. What you're trying to give him an out? No,
Yeah.
he's an idiot. He's just like, "Oh yeah, maybe. Well, he's kind of an old man. Counting may not be his strong suit."
Okay, so do I...
So you count 93 gold pieces.
All right, so...
Whether you wanna act on that, that's up to you.
I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna say, any chance 7 gold pieces might have found their way somewhere else by mistake?
Are you being intimidating, or what do you want to trying to?
Not super intimidating. I'm actually trying to be like nice and give him a chance to like any out I can to give him.
Okay,
I'm not trying to
so
scare him. I'm just trying to give him like make him feel at ease to be like, oh yeah. But
okay, so all right, fair enough. So he's gonna be like, yeah, let me go check in the back real quick. As he goes back to the back, and he's just like, oh, looky here, I found 7 gold pieces.
do I get the impression that he actually like took it, or do I get the impression that he's not really sure and he's like giving me 7 gold pieces because he feels scared?
No, here you get the feeling that he definitely took it.
Okay.
And he was just hoping that you would just take the chest and go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab the 7 coins up and I'll leave 1 on the counter for him, and I'll put the other 6 in the chest.
He's just like, oh, well, thank you for staying with us, and he kind of just like, have a nice day, and it goes quickly shuffles to the back again.
All right,
and then you're good to go.
I'll give everyone 20 gold pieces, and I'll just keep 19 for myself.
Okay, cool.
You know, Jimothy, that fellow was sweating quite a bit. It's
not
really cold up
anything.
here. That's weird.
For the north, I don't understand it. Maybe he's got some kind of condition.
He should see a cleric.
Yeah, perhaps. I wish I knew one.
Yeah, but we don't.
All right.
Go back outside to the cart, or I'll catch up to wherever the cart is, and
All right, so you guys, you find you meet up with the squad. What any of you 3, I guess, that were remaining, Zoran, Asilo, as these 2 are gone, did you want to do anything in particular, or before you head out of town?
No. I don't. Okay, so we have a bunch of like basically crates and other things. Is there anywhere within my view where I could buy like not a tarp, but maybe some furs or something to cover it or something?
Sure. If you want to do that, give me a perception check. See if you can spot like a little like
a
pirate
merchant
entry or something.
Yeah, something close by. I don't want to really leave the cart that long. I want it to be in my view the entire time.
Yeah. So you do spot kind of like a little tiny shop. You notice that they, like in one of the windows, you see that something's hanging that could be like a fur or something. So you want to go in and purchase that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say that. So there's like a couple of them. There was one that's like a polar bear skin, which is pretty nice, and it's relatively large, so that would cover it. Or you can buy a couple like smaller ones that seems like
when you say that it's nice, what do you mean? Like it's not very common for people to have that? Would it like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people are killing polar bears.
This is like our 3rd polar bear.
But yeah, you find a couple of like cats and a couple of wolf pelts. If you want to buy like something smaller, those require a little bit.
Maybe the wolf pelts, just because that seems a little bit more common up here. I don't want someone to be like, oh, they got a polar bear skin and draw attention or something. So maybe a few wolf pelts instead.
Okay. So those would be. Let me check some here. Okay. So those are probably going to be about 2 gold apiece.
Okay. How many do they have in here? I guess maybe like 5? 4? 5?
They don't have that many, but
2?
Yeah, you could buy that. They also have tarps, by the way. Sorry, if you wanted to get a tarp.
Oh, then let's get the tarp. Sorry, I didn't know
Okay.
if they actually had a tarp here or not. Yes, I will buy the
Yeah,
tarp.
sorry, I
then.
should have said that
Let's
at the
make that
beginning.
easy.
I was like,
sorry.
yeah. So tarp, that'll be about a gold piece. We'll say that'll cover it. Great.
Perfect. I'll buy 2 tarps then, just to be safe.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to give you that option because like furs and stuff like that also have other functionality like warmth and stuff.
Oh yeah, I know, but I don't want to be buying a polar bear fur and then someone's like, "Oh, that's a nice fur. Let me take that." You must have a whole bunch of other stuff too, you know?
Right. Okay. Great,
Not
so
really.
you
spend
have
all your
that.
wealth on the fur.
Huh?
It's not really a logical conclusion because, if you've got a nice item, maybe you spend all your wealth to get that item.
Or maybe you kill people for it, and I'm not the right person to rob.
Jesus Christ.
Or that.
Yeah, Zoran's not thinking that, so she's thinking I want to draw the least amount of attention to our cart.
Well, so much for content creation.
So, with that, you guys are able to finally get out to the outskirts of Caer Dineval.
Oh, so when Jimothy comes out though, before we leave town, did he get?
Yes.
I asked him if he got anything from the speaker so that we could bring it back to Speaker Devessa, because wasn't she also going to be paying us?
Yeah, she is. I've got the gold chest, so I don't know. Does the gold chest have any indication that it's from someone in Caer Dineval? Maybe it's a common style of speaker chests.
Yeah, I mean he borrowed it from the innkeep, so it's something special. It's just so let's say you don't have anything, but you could wait and get word because I'm sure that he's probably gonna write to her at some point that this happened. So if you're willing to wait, but if you want to go back, that's also an option.
I can head back and get some sort of letter, and hopefully the staff will provide proof that we did what we said we did.
Okay, so all right, let's do that. Okay, so Oz, you'll say that you break off, as these guys are kind of like, and it's slow, right? It's slow to transport this cart, so it's not like you're, it's. I mean, you guys are pretty much just hauling it yourselves, unless you're gonna get like an animal with it. So okay, so Oz, you go back to the castle.
I'll go with him because I don't trust the guards completely. So
Okay. Does everyone else want to go, or are you guys gonna hang back?
Sila, do you want to take the cart with me to, and Bofades can come with us too, I guess. But do we want to try and find some animals to try and help with the cart?
Yeah, we can go find.
I'm like
Okay.
100 squirrels or snow.
100 squirrels.
Snow.
I'm not even mad. That would be fantastic.
It's like just like a stable of just squirrels. They're just like little cubbies.
An army of squirrels deploying us.
Might as well get like 100 messenger hawks or whatever, carrier pigeons.
So you guys, you, Jimothy, and Oz head back to the castle. So you make the climb again. You guys are probably a bit tired now of doing that.
Oh, Oz is wheezing.
And so you get to the top, and yeah, some of these guards are just like, some of them recognize you, and they're just like, wait a minute, weren't you the? It's just like, you're the southern folk, right?
Does he look like he's gonna be mad if we say yes?
He's just more asking, like he's just wanting to make sure that who you are. He's not angry. He doesn't seem angry. He's just like he just want to make sure who you are.
Is the inn that we came from to the south?
Yeah.
Yes, we did come from the south.
Very well then. Are you here to see the speaker?
Yes. We just want something in writing that we can take back to Bryn Shander.
Is that all? Is that all your business that you have with him?
I think so, right, Jimothy?
I'll say that. Also, if the speaker would be willing to send a letter at his earliest convenience to Speaker Devesa that we took care of the problem here, that would be sufficient as well. We don't need to necessarily bother Speaker Seaver.
And he kind of looks at you. He's just like, "Wait here," and the one of the guards. So there's two of them still front. One of them goes in. You wait maybe about 5-10 minutes.
The city coffers.
And so yeah, he takes the time, and then he come back, and yeah, he's got a little scroll for you. It's kind of like wound up in this little string. He hands it to you, and he's just like, "Yes, this should suffice. The speaker was anticipating that you would request this or something, and so he's resting now. But I will get word to him about you requesting him sending a letter to the speaker of Brinchander. Anything else?"
Nope, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Please get the hell out of our town. You've caused enough trouble.
Hey.
And now he dies. Fireball.
He just starts stabbing.
I'll start hitting them with the new staff.
Knives.
I mean, you guys have sent these guards on a crazy goose chase. And there's this hunt, and it's just like they've just been hunting you pretty much all day, and a lot of them been slaughtered.
May your town prosper in our absence.
All right. And now we have we got Oliver in the house. Let's go.
Yeah, what's up? Sorry for being late.
No worries, dude. No worries. Thanks for hopping on.
So to bring you up to speed, Bofades is now the speaker of this town, and every day is ale day.
Alcohol day.
I knew it. I knew that was going to happen.
Well done. Okay. So
Did Asilo and I find some animals?
Right, let's go back to that. Yes. Yeah, I'll carry over that perception that you rolled earlier, and that you are able to find. They have like a little, like a small stable, just kind of like out the outskirts of town. And they're like, yes, you're looking to haul that cart?
Yes, we are.
All right. How many horses would you like? Are you renting them, or are you purchasing them?
Asilo, should we purchase these or just rent them? We're going to what's it? Are we just gonna go back to Brinchander?
I'd probably say just rent them till we get back to
Okay, yeah,
being
we
the
just need to rent
larger
them.
town.
Rent them? All right. Well, where will you be returning them to? Here
Brinchander.
or Brinchander? I see. All right. Let me see here. That will be it'll be $50 or $50 gold deposit. And it'll be 10 gold pieces a day per horse.
How much to purchase the horse?
Then he kind of looks at you. He's like, I don't. He kind of like, I'll be right back.
They have like a mule? Well, Oz isn't there.
Bofades, we all got 20 gold. I don't know if you added that to your character sheet.
I definitely did not.
And he's just like, that'll be 60 gold pieces per horse to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a way better deal.
Well, the 50 gold is a deposit, so you get those back.
And the 60 gold is us throwing away money when we inevitably abandon the horses to their death.
Well,
So-
I mean, if it only takes us one day to get back to
It's true.
That's true. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, let's rent them then. That's fine. So, how many horses? 2? 2 seems like enough, right? 4? 2?
All right.
It's a
Will you
cart.
require
If none of us
any
are planning on...
feed or anything like that?
Mm.
No, I don't think. I mean, we only need them for a day, I think. So, I guess, yeah. Have they been fed today?
Yes.
Well, if they've been fed today, we probably don't need to feed them again today.
Horses eat a lot, miss.
Fine. Yes, we need some feed for a day.
Great. That'll be an additional gold.
Highway robbery.
Pretty much.
You want to roll an insight check?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems about right.
This seems forthright. Yeah, they're charging you appropriate amount. Silo, if you'd like to roll it as well, you may. You're also there.
Nobody
9.
would lie to a paladin.
Yeah, they seem on the up and up.
Okay, so 50 gold deposit, 10 gold per day per horse, and then 1 gold each for the food.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay, so I hand him 72 gold.
Okay, so if we're going from here to Bryn Shander and leaving the horses in Bryn Shander, I guess they would give us the deposit back on their end.
Right, they would give
they
would give
have
us
money.
50. Yeah.
They've got money.
So can I get a receipt from you for my 50 gold deposit, sir?
Oh no, they'll trust you and.
No, I would like a receipt, please.
I
Oh,
also have this coupon for 1 free deposit.
Yeah,
He kind of looks.
I have a punch card.
He kind of looks like I don't have any paper, and I don't know how to write. So, yeah, I'm just a stable keep dude.
Bofades, Asilo, do either of you have paper? I actually don't think I have any paper.
I do not have paper.
And he's just like, I'm just pulling your leg, and he goes back and he brings you something. He goes, here you go.
Does it?
Does he print it out?
I inspect the paper to make sure it says 50 deposit and my 20 gold or whatever.
Yeah, it looks on the up and up, and in terms of that, it's still
Perfect.
got like misspelling and everything, but it's as good as he's gonna make it.
Okay, perfect. I roll it up and put it in my pocket. Thank you.
All right.
Goodbye.
Nice
This was
day.
an unpleasant interaction.
All right. Thank you for saying that to my face. Have a nice day.
You're welcome. My real life version of leaving
Yelp
my
review.
review.
You'll be hearing from me on Yelp.
1 star. Okay. So we'll say that all of you reunite. You're all back together. Squad formed. You're just outside of Caer Dineval. So I did mention this, right? You guys could go back straight to Bryn Shander. There was something going on in East Haven that you could also go to. So just wanted to toss that out there.
So in our quest log, do we have like a little timer for the East Haven stuff?
Not necessarily, no. I'm just letting you know that that's something that, like, because you go right, you go down south, and then like the road splits like a T, and then one goes directly to Bryn Shander, and then one's pretty close to East Haven. So I don't know if you wanted to sneak over, check it out, and then head back.
What's our game plan with the coins that we have? Do we want to try and exchange the bulk of it for something that's easier to transport? That would be my recommendation. Maybe we could get gems or something that's just easier to move back and forth. Platinum.
What is the value of the contents of the coin?
Well, now that you guys are at the outskirts of town, you could take the time to count it if you want.
Yeah, I think maybe get a good idea of how much. I don't know that we need to count everything unless we've just got time.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that you have acquired about 1,200's worth of gold. You have a large sum there.
You said
And
12.
we only took the coin, right? We didn't take any weapons. Group.
You took the weapons that you have on you, but you didn't take like all the other miscellaneous weapons. Correct.
Perfect. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't envision we did. I thought it was just the coin.
So yeah, you have, we'll just say in total, in terms of like copper, silver, gold, the platinum that you've seen, yeah, you have about 1,200 worth, which is a pretty decent chunk.
Okay. Did the
You're like, what can I buy?
Did the weapons underneath that were in the other the other crate, did they look like they were in good condition?
Like the basic weapons?
Yeah, the non-magical weapons that were kind of...
They look fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. I'll say now, it's probably too late to say you have those.
Well, no. I think if they were in good condition, Oz is going to plan to write a letter back to the speaker and just say, hey, we found some weapons that maybe the town could use.
Oh, okay. That's nice of you. Look at you.
So now they won't suspect that we actually took anything.
Never mind that.
Um,
Okay. So you guys have about 1,200 worth of gold, which is like I said, pretty large chunk.
So
considering
basically,
you guys are level 4.
If we could
Still not
exchange the
enough.
copper and the silver, we would drastically reduce, right?
Say again.
If we could exchange the copper and the silver for gold, we would drastically reduce just how much we'd have to carry.
Right. Yeah. If you want to trade it in for platinum pieces. Asala, what do you have your eyes on? What are you trying to get?
Plate.
Oh, the plate. Yeah.
I don't think we're spending all of this newfound on.
It would be extremely easy to carry in one consolidated piece.
You know what also is easy? Special inks and parchments.
Plate armor. Dang. Oh man, plate armor
Yeah.
is.
It ain't cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
Is it 1,200?
15.
1,500.
15. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Like I don't remember like what's an appropriate quote unquote level for you to get that, but like you're still level 4, so like you're getting up there, and your AC is already crazy high, so I don't want to hear it.
Is there anything in between what you have now and plate that would be an improvement?
Splint.
Splint.
Splint's pretty good.
It's 200.
Yeah, that's a good investment, I would say.
Yeah.
It's only one more to my AC.
Oh, you want 2 more to your AC?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's 1,300 cheaper.
That's a big difference.
And you're already so difficult to hit.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be like I would be having no fun because I'd be like, okay, now I have to plan my fights so I don't have like and it's been happening every time. You've been pretty good about moving around to positioning yourself between the enemies, which I gave you a lot of credit for. Okay. So,
Do we want to stop? Do we know how big East Haven is, like, compared to where we just came from versus, like, Bryn Shander?
it is so all the towns, all of the other 9 other towns are smaller than Brinchander. You'll know that. East Haven, I would say. Actually, I can tell you that exactly. Give me a second, just to see relative size.
I think it's one of the larger towns of the 10 towns.
If I remember correctly, you were right. Yeah, it is. It's pretty large. It's like the second largest, I think. Maybe not the second largest, but it is big. It's a bigger town than Caer-Dineval. Caer-Dineval, the main thing before it was was just a castle that was pretty large. But yeah, East Haven has about a population size comparable to Brinchander.
Okay.
So it's
I don't think it would be a bad idea to stop by East Haven to try and convert some of the lower value coin to higher value coin, just to reduce how much we have to transport, and maybe see what's going on in the town. But
Yeah, absolutely.
okay. Is that something you guys want to do, or you guys want
Yeah.
to? That sounded so convincing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Sure, it's a plan.
continue on.
Sorry, you're saying, Matt?
if it seems significant, like it's going to be an issue for us to be carrying this around, sure.
It'll just move you guys slower to have all this money. So logistically, you'll have to either spend it or do something with it if you're going to keep traveling around between the towns, because you still have the horses and everything, but it's
I only paid for 1 day with the horses. I need my 50 gold deposit.
We've got gold, goblets and shit like that too, right? Because 1,200 gold pieces, I wouldn't think would be like a 5 foot by 5 foot cube of gold.
No, there's other. I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. There's other crap in there. There's and that you'd have to kind of figure out, get appraised or something. So yeah,
Alright.
you have 1,200 worth of gold, correct? And then you have a bunch of goblets, a couple platters, a couple pieces of jewelry are in there as well. So the entire worth, yeah, exactly. It's not the whole crate is worth a bit more, I would say.
All right, then yeah, I guess we think we should get rid of all that crap, so that at least it's just gold coins, and then if that seems like too much, then yeah, maybe we can convert to platinum if possible.
yeah, I think that would make sense. I think some of the coins is obviously copper and silver, so we've got more than just 1,200 individual coins in here. I think if we got 1,200 gold coin pieces, we could just split that amongst us and carry it with big
Okay.
coin pouches.
Is this
Or Bofades might keep his coins in a goblet.
is this like an unusual transaction that we're doing? To convert money somewhere?
I would say in the smaller towns, people would be like, we don't have that kind of money. But I would say in the larger towns,
Like Brinchander, would it be a big deal for us to do this?
not too ridiculous, because right, a lot of the money in terms of actually generating the physical wealth, the physical currency to be dispersed around the 10 towns, that comes from the south, I would say. So those type of transactions, I would assume exist, just to even have the physical currency able to be traded or exchanged around the 10 towns. That's just my thoughts anyway.
All right. I just didn't want to spend all night doing bank conversions and currency conversions.
No, we're not going to do that, but it is possible for that to happen. Okay. All right, so if you guys are going to start heading down south, I will need everyone to roll a survival check, please. It's your first one in a long time. Saw a natural 19 there.
That was Zoran. She's excited to get moving.
Take that 12.
8, 21, 2, 12, and 12 and 5. Oh, that's double.
Oh, sorry, multiple.
No worries, I deleted it. Okay.
Aren't you exhausted anyways, Hades? So you do have to.
It's just -1.
Just negative.
2, depending on how many
I
levels.
believe I still have 2 points of exhaustion
Yeah, so -2. So it's
from
a 10.
that cold ass water.
Got it.
Okay, so we got okay. Not. It's all right. You guys are moving pretty, pretty mediocrely. Down. You're able to. You get about halfway down, and then the winds and the snow starts to like pick up. The wind starts to pick up, and then it starts snowing, and it keeps picking up. Like it just more and more and more and more. And as you're traveling, you're seeing less and less and less of it now. So you're kind of more just like, okay, we got to kind of keep things steady as it's turning more and more and more white. So I'm going to need all of you to roll another survival check, please. As you're on the onset of a blizzard.
Oh, good.
I haven't had one of these in a while.
And his name is Johnny!
Timothy.
Let's go.
Timothy.
What blizzard?
We got it. A 9, 9, 10, 21, and a 7. Oh my gosh. Pretty, what's going on there, guys? What's going on there?
It's
But thank
cold
goodness.
outside. There must be some toros in the atmosphere.
I don't think I've rolled above a 10 on.
Oops. Speaker messed up. Okay. So, all right. So, Jimothy, and with a kind of a help as you're able to kind of like steer the horses and steer everyone to remain. You're just like, okay, just kind of like keep looking ahead. You see some indication of where, like, you kind of like get the insight, okay, between these rocks or between kind of these trees, it seems like that's where the clearing would be. And you are like, all right, there, as you're shouting in the snow here. But you're able to keep the group on the track. I need then as the temperatures start dropping, as everything, the wind chill is just becoming ridiculous now. I need everyone to roll Constitution saving throw, please. You guys still have the winter clothes, but as you guys are being battered by the wind and the snow here.
The staff gives me cold resistance. Does that do anything?
You are good then. You are good, my friend. So you don't have to roll the check.
I feel like Elsa right now.
So 11.
I cast guidance on myself.
Okay. Did you roll the D4 yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Guidance is for an ability check there, Zoran.
What?
Oh, it's for an ability check, yes.
Yeah.
Not a saving
So
throw.
not saving throw.
Oh, yeah. Not yet.
Okay, so regardless, you all succeed. You're all able to kind of withstand, help, thank goodness, with your winter clothes here. Now I'm going to check for the horses here, how they hold up.
Should have gotten 4 horses. Just kidding.
Just in case one of them goes down.
I mean, 4 horses can pull more than 2.
Okay. The horses, however, are affected by the snow, and they're really just being like affected by this, and they kind of like they start slowing down, and you're kind of losing pace here. And the other thing that's kind of unfortunate is that you're being battered and picked up. Should have gone polar horses. It's getting dark now, and you anticipate, based on the rate that you're going, that you would have to kind of push into the night. Is that something you want to do, or you want to look for something?
I think we should stop and look.
Sorry, say that again, Daniel.
I think we should look for some kind of shelter as best
Okay.
we can find.
All right. Yeah. Does anyone want to roll, or I'll say two of you can roll a perception check to see if they can find something along the way that could constitute as shelter. All right, we got
Not
3
bad.
rolls. Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
8, 17, 19. Okay, yeah. The combo of Asilo and Zoran. Yeah, you're able to what you kind of find is you see some large rocks that you've kind of seen before that are kind of like off the path. And you see one of them, it seems like, no, you see 2 of them that kind of like are like these large boulders that are kind of like adjacent to each other that kind of seem to have like a large enough gap between them, just kind of like how they're positioned, that you could probably fit in there. If you wanted to stop there, that's the best you could find right now. If you wanted to keep going,
Right there.
but what do you guys
Looks
want to do?
looks like it should provide enough.
Okay, cool. So we'll say that you guys, veer off the path. You kind of like go a little bit, just like maybe 200 feet off the path. And yeah, you huddle up there. It doesn't provide much in terms of like too much protection in terms of the cold itself, but at least you're not getting bombarded by the winds and a lot of the snow as you kind of settle up there. Okay. Are you guys going to take watches, or are you guys just gonna go to rest? Are you guys gonna wait out the blizzard and then continue through the night? What do you guys want to do?
I feel like we should try and set up camp and just hope that this blizzard passes soon.
Yeah, given that I'm suffering from exhaustion, I feel like that's definitely how I feel.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not able to cast any of my second tier spells, so it's like I'm exhausted too.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, all right. How are you guys setting up for the rest? What are you guys doing?
I can take first watch.
Okay.
I can take third.
Okay, we got Jimothy on second.
I can take all watches.
All right.
I'll take the third watch.
I go immobile and I look.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so I'll start with Asilo, give me general perception check, and then Bofades, give me your first perception.
11.
11. Okay.
15.
15.
13.
Oh yeah, 13. You're right. -2. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, the first watch goes relatively unimpeded, but you notice that as you're kind of waiting the couple hours, it is not letting up. The snow just continues to accumulate, and it just like at some point it does reach a level of like, okay, this is as hard as it's gonna keep snowing, but that rate just doesn't stop. You just got this like continual stream of just like being bombarded, and like the winds howl as they kind of like rush past the rocks here. But in terms of like seeing anything that disturbs your guys' as comfortable as it can be rest, it goes undisturbed. So you can wake up next watch.
Awesome. Wake up, Timothy, and pass out.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, and I wanted to ask, did you want to do anything during your watch? Or you just wanted to kind of hang out?
Bofades is like, oh shit, I didn't know I signed up for this much cold.
Fair enough. Okay. So you pass out because you've are by far the most exhausted out of everyone in the party. And then Jimothy wakes up. Perception of 12. Okay. So your watch as well goes relatively. It's same thing. The snow just keeps continuing to pile up as you're noticing is like, okay, it's getting higher. Like, why does it not stop? Are you doing anything during your watch, or are you just hanging out? You're
Yeah,
muted,
I'm
by the way, so.
gonna spend a little bit of time and use my nothing.
Use your nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I will try to kind of make a little wall of snow. Like I'll try to keep piling up the snow a little bit away from us and make a little wall around us, to where maybe the wind is not blowing it over us as much. Like,
Okay.
and just what's coming down on us is what's accumulating around us, rather than just like more snow blowing over us.
Okay, I like that. Give me a survival check, please. I like that. Okay. So it's not it's not an issue that you can't do it. It's just that for some reason, like the snow is just like, while it is like piling up, it's just like too powdery right
He can
So it's
only
not, like,
make a
really-
Jimothy-sized wall.
now. And you're just like, you're getting it up, and then like it just like collapses and it starts trickling down, and it's not great. And you notice that as you're doing this, like you kill a lot of time doing this, and you're just like, oh, my watch is up. All right, well, fuck this. I'm going to bed now.
I'll try to keep the if that doesn't really work that well, all I'm going to do is try to keep the wagon wheels, the cart wheels, like clear, so that I can roll forward and go.
Good idea. Look at somebody's played the Oregon Trail. Okay. All right. So last but certainly not least, are you waking up Zoran there?
Yep.
Okay. Zoran, give me a perception, please.
Nailed it.
All right. Zoran, you don't notice anything? Nothing disturbs you? Or are you doing anything during your watch?
I'm just gonna ask Asilo what he's doing.
He's just gonna power down. He's just hanging out. But yeah, you guys can chat if you want.
I just
I
kind
mean-
of blink at her. Actually, I don't. Let me see what it says about. And I'm not unconscious. I suppose as long as I don't move, I can talk to her.
Yeah, I would say so. What are you saying?
Notice any squirrels or anything? I don't know. What was Bofades and Jimothy doing during their watches?
Bofades just kept saying he was tired over and over again. Fucking tired. Tired.
God damn it, I'm
And-
tired.
And Jimothy was running around playing in the snow, is what it looked like to me.
Okay. I'm gonna walk around and see if I can, like, I don't know, find any berries or I don't know. Check around the wagon. Make sure it's not getting too covered up. I know I put the tarp over our stuff. If I feel like the snow's building up too much, maybe I'll scrape it off of the top of the wagon. But
Okay.
I will sit here and continue to watch.
Give me a survival check. I will say this. This is a very important check. Okay. All right. So with a 19, yeah, you're able to kind of like maintain everything relatively clear. You kind of check on the horses as well. They couldn't quite fit in there. You kind of like make sure that their feet don't get caught in it, and they're like more comfortable as they're like. I mean, they kind of like lay down and everything, but like yeah, you do a really good job of making sure that you're not going to be trapped as the snow continues to just keep piling on. And then after a bit, you notice that even though it's still relatively dark, you notice that it's like, okay, I think it's time to get going, but the blizzard hasn't subsided. It's gotten a little bit weaker, but it still keeps on going. So while you guys it's a new day, I'll say that everyone can successfully mark a full day's rest and gain all their abilities. You are still in this blizzard, and traveling will be difficult.
So I'm gonna try and feed the horses since I got feed for the 2 of them. So try and feed them, get them up and ready, I guess. See if I need to do anything. I didn't think about the wheels before, but I'm gonna check the wheels to see if they're okay now.
Yeah, they're good, and based on Jimothy's kind of help, they weren't able to. You were able to at least get them rolling, essentially, which was his goal, and then you kind of saw that. That makes sense. Okay.
Couple of questions, DM.
Go for it.
Does the staff still have 15 charges on it?
Correct. It still has 15 charges.
Okay.
You're still good on that. But yeah, once you spend those, right, then that's it. Like, it'll just go back to that cap of 10.
Okay.
Like,
another question then.
Go for it.
Oh, it does not want to save my 15 charges because there we go. 15 out of 10, we're good to go. Because Onyx had Shape Water, I've avoided taking it as Oz. But let me ask this. Shape Water, Mold Earth. Mold Earth talks about Loose Earth. Is the snow around us, is that like powdery snow or like super packed in snow?
So the stuff that you've been kind of like traveling through for the most part has been packed. This new layer has been a combination of which, with the top layer being mostly powdery. So you kind of have like, I would say like maybe like 6 inches, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 4 inches of powdery snow up this top layer.
Okay. Yeah, snow is just not earth or water. I mean, it's frozen water, but
what are you trying to accomplish? Let's get there. Like, what do you want to do with it?
I want to move it with magic.
Okay, move to do what exactly?
Like
let's part the sea? Is that what?
Let's say I could design my own spell right now as a cantrip. It would be called Mold Snow, and it would simply let me just move the snow out of the way.
Like a
as
snowplow.
if it were loose earth.
Right, but you would have to be like constantly casting that, essentially, right?
Every 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'll say that is. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. That's gonna be. You're gonna become exhausted taking the time to do that all the time. As you're traveling through, especially every 6 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's not gonna be possible. For this.
Okay, we convert the cart to a sled.
No.
That could maybe work. You'd have to explain to me how you're gonna do that, I guess.
Obviously,
you take the wheels off.
With magic, convert cart.
Okay. I'm not sure what spell that is.
There's probably
it's a homebrew spell, convert cart. But yeah. So okay. Yeah, it's just not gonna be feasible, I would say this. For now. So you guys, yeah, you're just gonna have to bite the bullet and travel through, or yeah, somehow go through the process of getting the wood or doing some magic to turn this into a sled.
Nope, let's keep going to the town we're going to. Are we going to Brinchander or are we going to East
So
Haven.
right now
I
you've
forget.
said East Haven. That's where, but you're still continuing south. You haven't even reached the fork yet. That's how long you've been on here. Typically, it's a day's worth of travel. But you guys have been caught in this. You've been going pretty slow. And those checks, the survival checks, is pretty much kind of like making sure that you don't start losing significant amount of process. You were still going to be slowed down, but and also veering off the path. So, but anyhow, okay. So yeah, anyhow, you right now the path, the plan is to get to East Haven, but if you want to, once you reach the fork, because there was a little sign that kind of pointed each way, which was what. Once you get there, you can change your mind if you want, depending when you get there and whatnot.
Is East Haven closer?
East Haven, yeah, is technically closer, yeah.
Well, given the crap ton of snow that got dumped on us, I think we should still head there.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Let's say everyone give me another survival check as you're trying to get through this. Okay, that's I think a little bit better than what you guys did last time. Yeah, I would say so. Okay. So you guys keep traveling. The snow just does not stop. It just keeps going. While you're not necessarily getting lost, you're still moving at a pretty slow pace. But then eventually, guys, and you kind of notice that some areas have a bit more, like the hills are a little bit higher, like the little snow drifts and a little bit higher. You notice that some areas got impacted a bit more as you've been traveling along. And you get to some areas you're just like, holy crap, like you could say like it's like a difference as you're kind of like slowly see the increment, like a 2 feet worth of snow difference from where you started at in the morning to the number of hours you've been traveling with. As you eventually you spot a little sign just kind of popping out that shows like little two arrows, one pointing to Bryn Shander and East Haven. It's like almost like 3/4 of the way up the pole of it, and you've successfully made it so far. I need everyone to roll a perception check, please.
What the hell's going on? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Okay, what do we got here? 19, 13.
Did your lucky roll turn into a 19?
It turned into a 17.
Oh, okay.
That's great. That's a great ability. Okay. So. Okay, so. This is actually just perfect. Okay, Jimothy. You notice, just at a distance, something running on all fours. Very far off, but you notice something just like, you just notice something's moving as you're traveling along. Running on all fours. Not moving towards you. It's kind of moving like parallel along the path you are.
I'll point it out to everyone and just like follow it to see if I can get anyone else to notice it.
Okay. Yeah, I would say the first person to, like, based on the kind of like perception, you're just like, come on, you see it, and you point, and Zoran, you're kind of like, oh, I think I see it, and then you're just like, yep, sure enough, there's like this little white something moving across the snow.
Like something big or something small?
No, it's something pretty large, actually.
Is it small and close or big and far away?
Right. That's what I would like to know.
No, it is large and far away. But it looks
Probably
small.
a giant squirrel.
and then it's gone. You don't see it. Oz, you see like maybe just a quick blip of it before it just you don't see it.
Could we tell which way it was going relative to where we're going to be going now that we're getting to the fork in the road here, the four-way intersection?
It's kind of like so as you guys were traveling south, it was traveling like parallel to you north. And like north, and then like it kind of starts going north, northeast.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm making these gestures, but maybe they help me.
So it's basically heading the complete opposite direction we are, but off to the side, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. And if I didn't see it like change directions or anything like that, I'll keep an eye on the general direction where I think it would be for the next couple of minutes.
Okay.
Just
Osmanthus, give me a nature check, please. And I'll
Okay,
say
well,
actually the
that's
rest of you, Jimothy and Zoran, who saw this thing moving, also give you a nature check.
And his name is John C.
22 and 22. Okay. Oz and Zoran, you think this might be the owlbear that Oz has been talking about. You don't know where it was running to, but you think, based on like, okay, it's
We must go north.
The relative size, based on like what you were thinking, it doesn't quite match up with the kind of the direction that you were given, but you think that based on what you've seen, like, okay, this could be an owlbear.
I mean, we could get to the town and then come back. We've seen it. We kind of know the general area. I just don't feel super confident
You
of
don't
staying out
understand,
here
Lauren.
longer.
I mean, it is here. It is within.
So we could take the cart and then we'd come back for you.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Perhaps you and Owlbear could negotiate your future together.
Because you can be stealthier by yourself. I mean, you know, those nature photographers, they don't have like a big crew with them. It's just one guy. So if you want to, yeah.
Celso's like, please don't split the party. Please don't split the party.
You guys can do whatever you want.
I'll
let you guys hash this out. But...
I'll go
We
with
are
you
a
to chase down
deterrent.
this owlbear, buddy.
He doesn't want to kill it, Bofades.
I'm aware of that.
Maybe he does. He's been obsessed this whole time, and he just wants to be the one to kill one. He's like a safari hunter.
I don't know what he wants to do with the owlbear. I assume I have no idea. But I know he wants one.
They are majestic creatures, worthy of respect.
And I know that he helped me get out of that freezing cold water.
So when we gave the polar bears away, we had like a elixir or something for animal, speaking to animals. Does someone still have that, or did we give that away with?
I think we still have 2 potions of animal friend.
Yeah, you still have those.
I got one.
Okay.
Of them.
Okay. Cool. All right.
I don't think we can take the cart and chase some animal cross country through a blizzard.
Yeah, it is. Remember, it's still like it just still keeps coming down. So you guys, I mean, the chances of you catching up are very difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason I mentioned the animal friendship is so that if we had a second one, I could give it to Bofades. But if we only have one, I mean, I'm still gonna stick to the cart. That's what I'm saying.
No, Jimothy, you're.
Perhaps we
have
have
a time. You were right. The wiser course is to get to the town and to get rid of this dead weight.
Surely you know a lot about owlbears and their habitats, and maybe if they don't travel far outside their normal areas, maybe that tells us it'll be around this area when the blizzard is over.
DM.
DM, what do I know about owlbears?
What exactly do I know about owlbears?
I mean, they're. I mean, you know a lot, but I would say that you're able to. If you were able to, I think you could be able to track it down again. I think it's not that it's impossible for it to happen. And
So
like,
you're saying there's a chance.
yeah, I'm saying there's a chance. This isn't the last time you think that's what it is based on your you didn't see it, right? You only saw something running, but you knew, like, based on like its kind of like the body shape and its size, the way it was and like kind of like the drawings that you've seen before, they're just like, well, this for the most part fits a description of an owlbear. It didn't have the kind of like same like the head shape is like the one kind of like tell or whatever that's like between that and like an actual bear, right? Like that's and so you saw that, like, okay, based on like the way the front was like structured, like it didn't seem like it was quite a bear. So that's what it's leading you to believe. It could be something else, but you're like, well, I mean, I don't really know too many other things.
It's definitely not a polar bear, and I would know because we recently were up close and personal with polar bears.
Exactly, and that's why I say you know that information. So
yeah. Well, I went ahead and rolled a wisdom save to see if Oz's wiser side would win out, and the wiser course is to just head to town. Looks like it. Looks like Oz's reluctant wisdom calmed down his childhood fascination of owlbears.
Yeah, you can mark these couple trees, but you do have this like the sign because you were just coming up on the sign here.
Oh no, I'm gonna put like a Z and an E next to it or something. You know, I'm gonna use a dagger.
Okay. What's that stand for?
Zoro.
Zoran Evanshot. That's what my name down here says.
I know, I was kidding.
This is real awkward.
Okay. So, let's head back. So you guys are gonna keep moving towards East Haven. I'll say that you guys have rolled well on the survival checks. I'll just have you roll another Constitution saving throw to see can your body withstand the last bit of pummeling as you're traveling east.
No, a lot.
Do I roll 2 for this one?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You still got
I
that
didn't know if
resistance?
this was like the cold or just more physical.
Yeah, it's still the cold, yeah. 7, 9, 5. I need. Oh, who's missing here? I think Zoran. Or no, not Zoran.
Bophades.
Okay, so. Oh, that sucks. So, Silo and Jimothy, you will gain 1 point of exhaustion to start out this day. That really sucks, but.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't gain another point.
Yeah, you're good. And
You're
yeah, I
down
will
to 1
add
point of
those.
exhaustion, right, Bophades? With the long rest?
What?
I think you're down to 1 point of exhaustion now with the long rest.
Yeah. That's why I said it was a 15 for my con save. Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, you guys make it to the outskirts of East Haven. And the first thing that you actually kind of see, as you're approaching East Haven, is a body of water. And as you guys kind of remember this, that there was a body of water next to Caerdinaval. This kind of same body of water goes down south, and you see kind of like in the water, you see kind of a set of docks, just like, and then the set of docks kind of like kind of extend out, and there's like a relatively old ship. It kind of looks like a ferry. And then you see a sign, kind of like at the beginning of the docks before you kind of get onto them, and then that goes to the ferry. that says "Ferry closed." Seek, and it says "Ferry closed," and in a smaller text below that it says "Seek alternate route."
No directions on where the nearest trail is or anything like that. Just seek alternate route.
Yeah, pretty much just like, yeah, you can figure it out. Not my problem. That's the first thing you see. And then you kind of see like the kind of like from the ferry position, the town kind of like slopes. It just slopes a little bit down, and you start seeing a couple of buildings. And
Wait,
then
so we've been in East Haven. This is where we caught the creature in the water, right? There was a reward for catching the weren't there a couple of people and fishermen being kidnapped in East Haven? Oh no, we haven't done this. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Fisherman is why we're here. Yeah, that was.
yes, yeah, exactly. You were interested in that possibility. Sorry, the creature in the water you were talking about, I think, was in Bremen.
Mhm.
It was. Yep. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. No. So yeah, you're here. And then you see a large group of people gathered around kind of like a large pole, mast type pole. And then you hear some shouting. Some shouting, yeah. From one individual, not from anybody else, but you mainly hear from individual shouting. Seems like one singular voice.
So shouting like he's shouting at somebody or shouting for help.
Give me a perception check. I'll say you can all roll for that. If you're interested,
shouting
you're like,
about
okay.
religious stuff. Just kidding.
That was the option I didn't want to go with.
Got here. 4, 15, 10, and 16. Yeah, I would say that Silo and Jimothy, you kind of ascertain that this sounds like cries for help.
Okay, so their cries for help, I will tell the group that someone needs our help and start moving.
Okay.
I will leap onto Silo's shoulder and pull up my daggers.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like he's not going to notice my weight. I weigh like 30 pounds.
I'm gonna wait for whales of help.
Boo. Okay.
I've got a silo, or not a silo, but Jimothy sitting on my shoulder, flashing his neck, going, woo!
Like glow
So you guys
sticks,
approach
though.
the crowd. And then you hear looks like a you see a female you see an older individual tied up on this post. They're kind of wrapped around. They're kind of like wearing this like large cloak. You see they're kind of like tied up, and then you see somebody on this like little pedestal or a little like stool, kind of like standing on top of it, just to give themselves a little bit of height. This half, looks like an elf or half elf. She's wearing kind of like military attire, and she's kind of like reading from a scroll. And as you approach, she's just like, Dazon, the wizard, you are here recognized and arrested for crimes that you have inflicted on the Dale folk. You have been sentenced to burned alive as a sacrifice. This seems to be appropriate for your crimes, and also a worthy sacrifice for the Frostmaiden herself. Do you have anything to say before you are burned? And
Don't burn me.
he's like, no, please, it wasn't me. God
Please,
damn it.
God, no.
Does he sound sincere in his pleas that it wasn't him?
Give me an insight check, please.
All these religious crazy people burning people at the stake.
Right?
You gotta stay warm somehow up here. It is the north.
Sure.
So with the 15, with the 15, or I guess this would be a 14 with the exhaustion, but
14.
With a 14, it's kind of difficult to tell, right? Because like, at this point, right, like he's about to be burned alive. Like he'll say anything, I guess. So you think it's sincere or you think it's genuine? That's, I'll let you act upon. I mean, it seems like he's just like, please, I don't want to die. I didn't do it. So then, she, the kind of like the elf on the stool, raises this torch. He's like, to the rest of you of East Haven, let this be a lesson of all of you. All your crimes will be found and punished.
How many people appear to be with this elf? Like, has she got like 20 guards with her, or is she like by herself, basically?
So the crowd is sorry, and I should probably specify how large this crowd is. This is about like 50 to 75 people, like relatively large crowd. She's with, from what you can see, like maybe 3-4 guards. 4 guards, I would say. And then her. And they're all kind of like, the 4 guards are kind of like circling around just to make sure the people don't get too close. And you guys are kind of like at the edge of this crowd here. So if you guys want to do anything or push yourselves or anything like that, this is the moment to ask. She's literally about to like.
I call out, and I'm like, what god prefers the sacrifice of the dregs of society? Wouldn't you want to sacrifice a more devout offering?
And as she's like lowering it, she stops and she's just like, who said that? Make yourself known.
Jimothy will get off of his silent shoulder.
And then a couple of people kind of like turn to look at you. It's like, who are you people?
Just travelers trying to understand why a deity would prefer a criminal as a sacrifice.
A sacrifice is a sacrifice, and he's been sentenced to death. Would you rather behead him yourself?
What are his crimes?
He has committed murders and testing on the people, the Dale folk.
And you have solid proof of this?
I don't need to explain myself to you, whatever the hell you are. And then she starts to lower. She's gonna like, she tosses the flame onto the kindling around this, and the just immediately light up. It's not like he starts lighting, the individual that's being tied up. But yeah, the fire starts going and it starts like spreading, and the guy's like, "Oh God, it burns!" And then just that whole thing. I'm not gonna play that whole out, but but yeah, this man is currently being lit aflame.
Does his pain sound real?
I mean, I'm not gonna.
I want to insight check the pain.
Could you demonstrate the pain for me so I can get a good feel for if he's faking it or not?
Just be like.
Yeah, it's really just like a devil up there, just having a good old
If you
laugh.
guys seen Game of Thrones, just think about Shireen, I guess.
Oh yeah, okay, that's pretty brutal.
That's the kind of thing I'm envisioning right now.
I'd say that's a quick fire there. going on then if that happened.
I mean, it's not like she's immediately engulfed. Sorry, this individual's immediately engulfed in flames, but the fire just keeps. But yeah, I'll say you have. If you want to do anything, Asilo, this is the moment to do it. This person is currently on fire.
Okay, I will.
I assume we're all there with.
How
Yeah,
far
I'll say
away
that.
are we?
You're all there. Yeah, you can all act if you want to do something, but remember, you're on the outskirts of this crowd, so you'd have to push your way through, and then there are guards there as well. So, time is of the essence. So if anyone wants to do anything, what are they doing?
Can we see the guy?
Yeah, if you kind of like bob your way through, you can see an image of the individual. So yeah, it says this older man, human male. He's got these long robes, and he's got a cloak as well around him. It's very, very like scholarly, very well put together. Doesn't seem like they're like this one of the standard folk of the north.
All right, I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp on him and get him out, or at least try to, unless he succeeds on the save. If he's within 90 feet of me.
Yeah, he would be within 90 feet.
When he when Oz is casting that on the fire, I will also cast Pyrotechnics, which can spread a thick black smoke around the target radius, obscuring the fire and pillars so they don't know that he's gone missing.
Okay. So, okay, let me roll this con save. Even though they can choose to fail it, I don't think they have the option to. I'm just gonna roll it just to see what happens here. Because I think it's more interesting with a die roll here.
To be fair, like, this individual has no clue what this ability would be doing to it.
Right. So they fail. So if they fail, what happens? They get transported?
They get teleported to an unoccupied space of my choice.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna put them 90 feet behind, like completely behind.
Okay. So, okay, Asilo, what are you doing? Yeah, you were acting.
I was gonna say I will. Well, do I understand like what my group is doing?
No, I would say you wouldn't. You would say this is all happening simultaneously.
So what I was going to do was cast Thunderous Smite and then hit at the base of the sticks that are piled up around the.
Oh, I see. Just kind of like knock them off.
Yeah, just kind of scatter shit everywhere.
Okay. I'll say that happens first because you were first to act. So I'll say that you, like, this is all like pretty like sequential here. Yeah, you push your way through. And
do I need to roll to hit the sticks?
Yeah, give me an attack roll. It won't be too difficult to. Just don't get a natural one. That's all I'm saying. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you're able to. I was like, please don't get a natural one. I want this to happen, but okay. So yeah, you strike. Yeah, and all the kindling goes away. Kind of like spreads. Remember, this is their like, the people have kind of like made like this like maybe like 10-foot sphere around or 15-foot sphere around this person, or circle around this person just to isolate them. You strike this. You see the smoke immediately appear. And like, is it just smoke as that's happening, or is there actual like pyrotechnics as well, Oliver?
No. So there's two ways to do the spell. One is the
Oh, I
pyrotechnic,
see. Yeah.
and the other is the black smoke. I figured it would be best to just totally blind the whole 20-foot area, especially if the person who was judging them was standing right there. I want to envelop her in the smoke.
So, and yeah, in this 20-foot radius, I would say that all of you around it would just kind of avoid it, like you don't get impacted by it. But the people in the crowd, everyone starts like, oh, just coughing up a storm here, and then whoop, the wizards just popped away 90 feet to Oz's choosing. The coughing still continues. The crowds kind of start dispersing away from the area. And then actually, how does this affect you? Okay, Salo, give me a Constitution saving throw so you kind of move your way up in that. This is cool. She's gonna be like, she actually sees you, Asilo, do this. There's the natural one. I was worried about that. So blah blah blah. Oh, I guess the blinded. I guess does the smoke still blind you?
Well, I think the blinded only applies to the firework.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Okay. I'll say that you can't see what else is happening in the smoke. You're not like you're mechanically blinded. You're just like, whatever's happening. You see the captain. She's just like, or whoever's leading this, kind of like bump into you, and she's just like, "What did you do? What did you do?" And she kind of like grabs your kind of like your chest or whatever, chest piece, or whatever. It's like, "What did you do? Tell me."
I mean,
and you're. I mean, you knew what you did, but
I mean, I was. As far as I know, I was just scattering the firewood. So I was like, we've already stopped human sacrifice in Bryn Shander. We will do it here too. But I have no idea that the guy is gone.
Right, exactly. So everyone disperses. The few guards kind of remain there. What are the rest of you doing? Jimothy, Zoran.
I'm gonna try to pick some pockets of the crowd while this is dispersing.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Zoran's more concerned about the cart, and so she thinks maybe Asilo and Osmanthus have this handled, but she'll have her bow ready. Like, I mean, it's just there, so if she needs to, she can step in, but she doesn't want to draw attention to herself because of the cart.
Okay. So, Jimothy, you okay, also give me a perception check, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a perception check. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of like all chaotic. And based on your perception, you don't spot the wealthy people that are dispersing. You only get to see some of the poor folks. So you don't get to pick the pockets that you would normally try to go after. But you do pick up, I would say, you pick up about 8 silver pieces from just like.
And something slimy and unidentifiable.
Yeah, you feel something sausage-like in your hand.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. That's it.
Went a little too deep in that pocket.
You're just like really trying to reach in there.
24, and they didn't even feel it either.
Jimothy going for the old reach around. Okay. Okay, enough of that. So, a minute passes, the smoke dissipates. All that's remaining are the guards and her, and then you guys, because you guys are all standing there. Oz and Bophides, did you want to do anything now? Did you?
I guess I would head towards where I moved the old guy with the
Okay.
nice clothes.
And then Buffetes, did you want to do anything?
I was just moving him since I knew that Oz was gonna also move him there. So I'll just follow Oz. Oz is there.
Okay. So the smoke dissipates. The coughing ceases. She's still holding on to you. She kind of looks around, kind of seeing like everyone that's scattered. She sees the likes of you, the rest of you, kind of like there at the cart, and she's just like, and then she responds to you, Asilo. It's like, it's not just the sacrifice. This man, he committed crimes. He must be punished. Surely you must understand.
I understand punishment for crimes, but sacrificing to deities, Barrack.
It's not up to you to distill or to command judgment. We, as a town, have selected that this was the way the individual dies. You are disturbing our culture. And she kind of
Fucking
like
excuses.
And then she kind of looks at you. She's like, I'm afraid I will have to arrest you.
Just stick my hands out towards her.
Oh, what? Okay. She's just like, cuff him, boys. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, it becomes like a
Knock him
cop
out.
movie.
Pull the paddy wagon around.
So that, yeah, you see this like 1980s cop car start doing donuts as it slides in. And then cool like funk music starts playing. Okay. So then these two guards kind of like come in. They put they put these like shackle braces around your arms. And these cuffs, and then she kind of looks at you and she's like, we will have a conversation. We're not sure exactly what crime you committed per se. I'm not sure. We've never had anybody disturb one of these.
We gotta write one first.
Yeah, let
I
me
can
go
help
right
with
up.
that.
Oh, anyway. Okay, so this is happening. We move back to Oz and Buffetes. You come upon this body that's quite burned, singed, and everything. And yeah, you don't hear any sounds. It's just quiet. The body's kind of like turned over. But yeah, you see this, and the clothes are kind of like burned away and everything. As there's bits and pieces of cloth that still cover up a portion of his body, but like most of like the it like has like risen up all the way. It's like a very short dress essentially now.
Does he look alive?
I don't know. You want to check?
I'll kneel down and check to see if he's alive and just sort
Okay,
of
give me a health check
expect both.
or a medicine check, please. Health check. What am I doing here?
6.
Okay. At the very least, you sense breathing, so not dead. But
Buffet,
doesn't look great.
you want to work your flavor of magic?
What's he look like here? Not great.
He looks not dead. He looks pretty crispy, but not dead.
All right, I will cast Cure Wounds on him. Does that look like it would do it there?
I mean, it heals up, some of the damage. He still doesn't look great, but he kind of comes to and he's like,
I guess I'm asking, should I do that, or well, I guess Lesser Restoration wouldn't. There's no effects on him No burn effects, right? Like,
Right. Yeah, he's fine.
So don't worry, it'll subside in a minute, and then you won't be burning.
Okay. So he kind of comes to, and then Jimothy, I don't know, what are you doing now that you've collected some money that
Sausage.
people?
Can I pickpocket the guards?
No, you cannot pickpocket the cards.
And I'm just observing the encounter here with a silo and these guards.
Okay, are you gonna say anything, or are you just gonna watch him get arrested?
If he's letting himself get arrested, then I'll let him go.
Okay. Zoran, are you letting anything happen to Asila, or are you just gonna let him being arrested? You read.
Am I the only one near the cart then? Everyone else left?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're that far away. You're just standing next to the cart. So you're like probably like 10 feet away, 10, 15 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed the horses or something. I don't know. I'm gonna stay here.
All right, cool. So, okay. So as you guys stay there, all right, we're gonna have a little scene here with Asila. So these individuals escort you back to what you seem to be their little jailhouse or whatever. They put you in a cage, or in a cell. Sorry, not in a cage. That would
In a
be pretty
cage?
fucked up.
Jesus. Doran will get her crossbow out and bring
No, they put you
her.
in a cell. There's like a shitty little cot. There's a poop bucket. And she pulls up like a little small stool and kind of like sets it down in front of your cell. And she's like, who are you? What is your name?
I'm a Silo, traveler from the south.
And what are you?
A relic of a great war. Not that wars are great.
I see. What is your business in East Haven?
We were sent by the Speaker Duvessa of Brinchander to help this town. I don't remember what for, something about fishermen or something. I mean, Asilo knows, I don't.
Some people are getting kidnapped.
Yes, people are getting kidnapped, and
We just want to catch the perpetrator.
It'll be real awkward when it was the guy.
She goes, oh, I see. I'm still not understanding your reasoning for saving this individual. Are you some sort of religious zealot, or I don't understand.
I am a paladin of justice. I want to see justice be done. If the man has committed crimes, he most definitely should be receive punishment equal to his crimes. But to list it as a sacrifice in the town square, I cannot abide by that.
Well, the alternative was that he would be hanged. He's taken lives from what I've ascertained and gathered information, and we deemed it more appropriate to burn him. Nonetheless, you did disturb an execution, and that puts people's confidence in me. It brings it down. As
So
I am
you
in
prefer
charge.
to prolong his suffering by burning him at the stake than ending him, humanely?
Well, that's hence the sacrifice part. We lose in the kindling, we lose in the fuel. But it is a display for the Frostmaiden herself. Look, I don't expect you to understand. And I'm not sure, I'll be frank, what to do with you. I don't see it fit that you be executed.
Jimmy just like, burn him! Burn him!
What the fuck?
Not really.
Jeez.
Give me the opportunity to ascertain this man's guilt. If he is guilty, I will complete the execution myself.
What would that look like? I mean, he had in his chambers, in his home, we found bodies of individuals. We found people, some sort of pulled apart, some sort of cadaver, I believe is the term. I'm not sure. But in his home, it is an egregious sight. We had to burn whatever was there. I'm afraid there's no evidence. We had to and bury whatever was not mutilated. It was disgusting. But I'm afraid you won't find any more evidence. And what do you guys got going? Nonetheless, you said you were here to help out with the town, correct?
Yes, we were told that there were kidnappings, disappearances, and sent from Bernchander to try and get to the bottom, whatever was.
Yes, yes. There's unfortunately there's more than a couple of things going on here. Are you familiar with an individual named Sefik Kaltro?
Am I?
Yes.
Yes. We're trying to hunt him down too. He's part of the Torgs Merchant Company.
Yeah, wasn't he maybe involved in like the killings going on in Brinchander?
Yes.
Correct. There's been a lot of blood being spilt by different parties. 10 towns, it seems to be plagued entirely by this. And we believe that he's around these parts or nearby on maybe the outskirts of East Haven, maybe hiding up somewhere. Him and his caravan. The caravan is not to be trifled with, but he as an individual needs to be apprehended. Though I won't be surprised if this Torg gets in your way. But I have a more pressing matter. We do have some individuals missing, as well, and we believe there's something interesting to that. Are you familiar with the Witch of the Cave? Of the East Haven Cave?
I am not.
It seems like some sort of wives' tale. I don't know. I don't think there's any credence to it. I believe it's just some creature, but or some bear, whatever. But legend has it, or whatever, that there's a witch, and along the coastline here of the Lackdinshire, along this body of water that you came across, there seems to be a cave system, and in that cave system, there is a witch or something that feeds upon humans and other beings, and she has to kind of lure them in somehow, either through treasures or potions or money or something. She preys on their desires. I don't know if this is true or not, but more recently, she's been active. The local people say.
So my punishment is dealing with this problem for you?
It's not a. It's more of a. It's more of to regain control. That you be working for me kind of puts you in your place. I don't want to be seen as some sort of usurper or somebody that can just do whatever they want in our town. You work with me, and I'll make sure that you're cleared of your name. You're not, and you establish good relations. I believe the speaker will look favorably upon this. But I will not have my town be, messed with and taken over by a bunch of Southerners. So, do we have a? I'll say that you go check out this cave. You come back and you say you've dealt with it or you didn't find anything, and we'll call it even.
I suppose that is amenable.
Either that or wait here for trial and we figured out what we're going to do with you.
I will consult with my group and we will see what we can do about your.
All right. I will go get your group unless they're standing right outside. And then she goes, but before I let you go, need this. If you try to escape or try to unfulfill your tasks, we will come find you and we will kill you. And that is from Taken. So just so don't trademark me on that. Okay.
More than welcome to try.
So she goes out and she's. You guys all meet up. What are you guys doing? What do you? I guess let's go back a little bit. Oz and Ophidius, what do you want to do with this old man? That's kind of like the first person thing before we go back to.
I assume Oz has a series of wizardly questions for this old man. Maybe a quill involved somewhere.
I will summon the quill. And then I'm going to kind of kneel down and ask the individual. So, we just put our stuff for you. Are you guilty of what you are accused of? Yeah, right. Yes, I am. I murder children and vagabonds.
And he kind of looks at me. He says,
But first, I offer him popsicles.
Okay. So he kind of. I don't know what's yeah, we'll make it quick. We want. So he's just like, define guilty. And what crimes is it to explore and study the body?
Why does he sound like a transsexual, Transylvanian transvestite?
And y'all want to see what I did with that muscly arm paper boy?
All the bodies were voluntary. It was all part of the study. It's scholastic work. You must understand.
I feel like mistakes were made intervening on this guy's behalf.
No, it's fine. We can salvage this. When you say bodies, were they living when you got them, and then not living when you were done with them?
Oh, I'm living. And kind of like, well, a bit of both, I would say. First they were alive, then they were dead, and then sometimes they were alive again, considering the study.
Bophades, I think this is what we call in the industry as a broken quill moment at this point in time.
Yes, I think you're right.
He kind of looks at you and he's just like, I can tell by the way you speak and you dress. You're a scholar of yourself, and you generated that quill. You must be a fellow wizard. Are you not? Go on.
He's prone, right?
Don't be shy.
I'm gonna hit him with my staff to try and knock him out.
Okay. Wait. All right. Give me an attack roll, please.
He's still on the ground though, right?
Right. Yeah. He's. You got the.
Oh come on, that. All right.
It does 0d4 damage.
Sorry, it's doing weird staff stuff. Alright, staves are basically quarterstaffs, so maybe I can just roll a quarterstaff.
Oh damn! I never thought that was gonna happen. But
That's what we call max damage with a -1.
Nice.
So you.
He's prone, so you have
smack it.
advantage.
Alright.
All right, we'll go with the 20. Yeah, I mean, this defenseless wizard, he doesn't have very high AC. Smack him, and he is down. And
Alright. Let's
cold, just cold. He's not dead, but he's unconscious.
Okay, based off of his words, does Oz get a feel if this person is in fact a wizard, the kind of wizard he is?
Give me an Arcana check, or a religion, maybe. I guess kind of like maybe Arcana is probably more relevant here. So if you want to roll that,
I have a higher bonus with Arcana.
okay. With the 25, oh yeah, there's no mistaking that this guy was doing some sort of necromancy or was interested in it, but
You know, both ADs.
Do you think you and I have enough strength to carry him back to the fire pit?
Well, that fire pit has been, scattered to the 9 winds.
yeah, it is. It is gone.
I think we can certainly try to get this person back.
Or should we just club him here while he's unconscious and just leave it?
Okay. So, all right. So we are at time here. So let's kind of figure out what we want to do here. So
I'm gonna try and drag this guy back to where the guards were taking a silo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it back.
All right. So okay, we'll say that. Yeah. So you guys, Zorn, are you coming along?
Hell no!
Okay.
I'm gonna stay at the cart, minding my own business. This guy's clearly guilty.
Yeah.
And now we've been roped in to catch some witch in a cave because we're not gonna let a silo go by himself, but all for a guilty guy who should have just died.
I promised once I determined his guilt that I would take care of it myself. I am a lawful person.
His first
No, you're
question
right. You're
was,
absolutely right.
what
No.
is the definition of guilty?
So
Okay,
I'm about to walk across the country and retry every criminal on Earth.
No. Okay, look. This situation, it turned out to be that this individual probably should be definitely punished for their crimes. But I think Asilo's character, what he did, I think aligns with, his morale and his alignment.
Oh yes, for sure. But Zoran is like, nah. If Asilo needs help, I'll stop in. But nah.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, no, I think Asilo played it to his character, true to his character for sure. So you guys drag this body back to the guards. They kind of look at you and they're just like, is that the wizard? Did you just... So he didn't escape. You have him? What are you doing with him?
We found him.
All right, give me a
We
deception
put him,
check,
but
please.
they don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Give me a deception.
All right.
please.
Oh, come on. Come on. That was when I roll a 1?
It is a natural
Yeah,
one, but
halfling.
it is a natural one. But I am gonna roll to see if they buy it or not. Like it's still not. Oh yeah, they think you're full of shit. So they look at you, and they're just like, "All right, what do you want to do with him?" Then, I guess. Are you?
Well, he's unconscious now because we had a little heart to heart with him and assessed that maybe your leader was right.
Well, of course she is. She's she's Captain Arlaga. She's an excellent sort of sheriff of this town.
Well, we did have to find out for ourselves because we did just get done dealing with a bunch of religious zealots in this other town just recently. And while she was burning this guy at the stake, she mentioned it was for the Frostmaiden. So it kind of just pushed us in the wrong direction.
Well, very well. And he kind of like spits to the side. He's just like, I don't know about the other towns, but here in East Haven, we're a bit more in control. We're not going to let heretics run our town. And the Frostmaiden, she's an actual deity herself.
Well, that's good to hear. So I think we can get along. And so figured we'd bring this guy back for you.
Well, hold on.
So are you with the you're with the one we just took then?
Depends. Is he still in trouble?
Always.
Well, yes, but I believe there's some sort of deal being struck.
Oh, then yeah.
Okay. So, to kind of wrap it up for there, the guards take this guy, they kind of put him, they take him up and then throw him in one of the other cells. The captain and the kind of like has the guards come in. They open up and they remove the cuffs, the shackles from Silo's wrists, and she's like, "All right, we have a deal, Silo, and wish you the best of luck." And she goes, "I would suggest speaking to some of the fishermen before you go traveling to the towns. They probably give you a little bit more of the wives' tales." And oh, by the way, I am Captain Imdra Arlaga. And if anyone gives you any trouble, just tell them that you're with me, or you're working for me, and I will put her name in the chat.
I was gonna ask how you spell that. So
And
yeah, no worries.
so I look over
for Oz's letter.
So I'm assuming because I don't know that they've had the conversation with the wizard. I look at her and say, "I'm assuming I'm in charge of that one until I've determined his guilt."
Correct. We will keep him here, keep him alive, and then until you ascertain whether he's guilty or not, he will not be killed or executed. You have my word, and I will shake on it if you'd like.
Your word is good enough for me.
Very well. Men, escort these southern folk out, and with that, we'll end it for the night.
Now you're gonna have some creeper on our conscience. Not mine, not on Zoran's, but everyone else.
Yeah, I wasted a level 2 spell slot for that guy.
I wasted a spell slot. You know how many I have? Not very many.
Two. I wasted two. 2 spell slots.
Oh yeah.
Jimothy was right to pickpocket someone. At least he got some money.
Poor people. I pickpocket people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny is this is a little behind the screens. Like I think in the module itself, it just doesn't give you a chance. It's just like you just come in and like the dude's a flame. Like, but I thought it would be more interested to see how you guys respond to this because like it's like pretty much determined that this guy's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was the fact that the guard lady was like, I don't have to explain myself. Although,
I mean, but she doesn't have to. She's the guard for this whole town.
at the same
Well,
time, though,
We've been
like,
dealing with quite a bit of corruption lately.
yeah,
Yeah, no. I think you guys played that exactly how I expected it to happen in terms of how your characters were behaved. So
I think you guys are bringing your, baggage from the other towns and, imposing it on this good town.
Where else am I supposed to take it?
yeah.
Well, in my defense, they were trying to sacrifice people in Bryn Shander, and that turned out to be a pretty good town.
Yeah,
true.
and Bryn Shander is supposed to be like lead town captain would say. I don't know. And Speaker to Us is like, we're not doing sacrifices, and I'm trying to get the word like spread.
right, exactly. You're exactly right. That's so
Hey, change doesn't happen overnight. She's trying a little at a time.
Yeah, we can burn this guy, but just don't make it a sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean,
Then it's fine.
executions following the rule of law are completely acceptable. It's the law.
Okay, so the terminology is what you have a problem with.
Yeah, don't call
If
it
they
a
just said
sacrifice.
it was an execution.
Yeah, if it was an
then you'd be
execution
like,
for its
"Yep."
crimes, I'm like, yeah, that's how the law works. I'm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You're like, hand me the popcorn. I need to, watch this execution. But if they say sacrifice, you're like, hold up.
no.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, because
No.
when I first heard it, my expectation was they're trying to bring back these missing fishermen, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're sending it being like, oh, we got this problem. Let's solve it with this guy dying and 3 virgins.
So,
I mean,
so
that dude was found with lots of dead bodies in his house, so that would make sense. If you get rid of him, there will be no more kidnappings and killing of people.
it's true.
But even if he's gone and the kidnappings continued, I mean, to me, that you got the wrong guy, and you just
Sometimes there are copycat killers.
I don't think D&D operates that way. But I could be wrong. Copycat nappers. What I've been noticing, actually, now that I've been sending you guys all these towns, there's a lot of batshit craziness happening.
No,
Just
there's
like-
a lot going down.
A lot of kidnapping, a lot of murders, a lot of heretics. So,
I was tempted at one point in the chat to be like, back in my day, we didn't have this much murder and killings and sacrifices, but
we solved that problem in the South.
it's all sunshine down there.
yeah.
These Northerners got something wrong with them.
It's the cold. The cold makes them crazy.
That's
Sure.
probably true.
Well, yeah, we'll stop there. We'll pick it up with the task that you've been given up next week. And
Next week is the 1 year since y'all came and had a big party with us. So
Hey, happy
Anniversary.
anniversary.
oh wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So
Like, how time flies.
So next Monday is our 1 year anniversary. So Andy and I will not be be
Well, you
Okay,
can
all
tell
right.
Andy that you have to play D&D, and you guys.
And
can
we'll
figure-
we'll push it. We'll push it. We'll play in 2 weeks then, and then if I don't see you, happy anniversary.
All right.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for coming
Yeah, of
and spending
course.
that time with us.
Are you
Yeah,
staying
no
in
problem.
town? Or are you guys going anywhere?
We'll be staying in town. What? Partially because next weekend is also the mitochondria UMDF mitochondria walk, and we're still. This last week was chemo week for my mom, so she was with us most of the week. And during that time, we had a plumbing issue, and while I was out playing golf with Oliver, we had no bathroom in the main bedroom.
No way.
Yeah. I had Saturday I had to rent a drain auger and clear the drain because everything was backing up. So that was fun. And of course, it all backed up into mostly our bathroom. So the toilet's out of there, the floor's all ripped up, and so now I'm working on that project.
New bathroom.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Unintended bathroom remodel.
Eventually it was on the list of stuff to do. It's just we'd been putting it off because there's other stuff to take care of in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so got a lot going on right now. But yeah, next Monday is our anniversary, so we're gonna go do something, just the two of us.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Alrighty.
Also,
Yeah,
happy belated birthday. How was it having your family in town?
Oh my gosh, it was fun and stressful at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
Totally understand.
making
The
sure
pictures
that
were fun. I was like, oh, you're doing like they're doing the whole touristy thing. You guys are doing everything in San Francisco. You guys went to Boudin's. You went to the wharf.
I pretty much like I rented a vehicle, like a large vehicle, and just drove them as much as they could see and
Everywhere. Yeah.
yeah. So they were exhausted.